Cronus believes the prophecy is dead and the cosmos secure. What he cannot see is the Dictaean Cave on Crete, where Zeus, thought swallowed like his siblings, is alive, grown to adolescence, and preparing for open revolt. This episode tracks how that preparation moves from private discipline to public commitment, establishing every skill, ally, and moral position Zeus will need when the rebellion begins in earnest next time. Zeus starts each dawn with physical drills designed by his guardians, the Curetes. The core exercise is a basalt replica of the Omphalos stone that tricked Cronus. Zeus flips the boulder end over end across the cave floor until his shoulders shake, a daily reminder that deception, not size, secured his life. By midday, he free climbs Mount Ida's southern cliff face, updating the ascent record the Curetes keep on clay tablets. Each afternoon ends with barefoot sprints along goat paths that circle the peak. The routes are plotted to match the average distance between Mount Ida and Mount Othrys, reinforcing both cardio capacity and psychological focus on the eventual target. Hard strength alone will not defeat titans, so Rhea invites Metis, the goddess of prudent counsel, to become Zeus's tutor. Metis arrives unannounced as a cloaked traveler and challenges Zeus to a 5x5 pebbleboard match. He loses the first game but identifies every tactical error before Metis explains a single one. Satisfied, she stays on and builds a curriculum around 3 pillars: probability theory using loaded knucklebones, logical deduction through verbal syllogisms, and elementary meteorology, so Zeus can exploit natural storm cells rather than conjure new ones every time. Metis's prime directive is explicit. Oracles are data, not destiny. A future king must consult them without surrendering autonomy. Allies are next. At Metis's request, River Styx arrives with her 4 children, Nike, Kratos, Bia, and Zelus. Each places a hand in a shallow basin filled with Styx water and swears an irreversible oath to back Zeus in any just conflict. Under divine law, perjuring such an oath results in a year of breathless paralysis and 9 years of political exile, so Styx's endorsement changes Zeus from a hopeful pretender into a legally recognized claimant. The Horae, Eunomia, Dike, and Irene follow. Disguised as shepherdesses, they deliver a wooden dial carved with equinox and solstice markers and coach Zeus on timing decisions to natural cycles, plant policy in spring, harvest results in autumn, and never wage war after the first winter frost. The dial becomes his first physical governance tool and builds credibility with future agricultural deities. Metis insists that leadership requires empathy, not just force and law. She therefore sends Zeus, cloaked as a shepherd's nephew, to live 1 week in a hill village outside Paistos. He shares a single loaf with 5 farmers, watches a man cough blood while still dragging a plow, and helps a widow rebuild a stone wall after an overnight tremor. The experience teaches him that mortal existence is sustained by labor, luck, and thin margins. He privately vows to avoid policies that create suffering for political convenience, an ethos that will later distinguish his reign from Cronus's. On the return trip to the cave, Zeus encounters a forest dragon wrapped around a sacred spring. Earlier, heroic myths would end in slaughter. Metis has warned that public opinion often follows how a ruler treats the defenseless. Zeus weaves live ivy through the creature's coils, pinning it without lethal force and reopening the spring to local shepherds. Word of the merciful victory spreads through Cretan nymph networks, establishing a reputation for balanced judgment before he has issued a single decree. Nightly strategy sessions now pivot to operational planning. Using goat hide maps, Zeus pinpoints 3 necessary objectives for any future war. Liberate his siblings from Cronus's gut, free the Cyclopes and Hundred-Handers from Tartarus, and secure a neutral site where new gods can meet without Titan oversight. Metis cautions that objectives must be sequenced. Premature rescue attempts risk consolidating Titan opposition. Zeus therefore focuses on the first step: extract swallowed Olympians discreetly, deny Cronus an early rally, and convert liberation into immediate manpower. The Curetes formalize military readiness. They design a shield rhythm to muffle troop movement, echoing the clanging dance that once hid Zeus's infant cries. They adapt goat-hide armor for rapid hillside skirmishes and begin stockpiling obsidian-tipped spears, light enough for high-altitude use, but deadly against unarmored titans. Logistics remain small-scale, but a supply trail now links the cave to a covert dock on Crete's northern coast, where dolphins trained by Bia wait to ferry urgent dispatches across the Aegean. Zeus's final preparatory act in this episode is a public pledge. On a moonless evening, he drags the basalt boulder to the cave mouth, raises a makeshift bronze shoulder plate fashioned from Amalthea's horn, and speaks aloud to the assembled Curetes, nymphs, and sworn allies. "I will free what is bound, uphold what is lawful, and break only what tyranny demands." The Curetes answer by striking their shields 3 times. The nymphs echo with conch shell notes, and Styx's basin emits a low hum, signifying that the original oath has just expanded to a full coalition doctrine. By dawn, Zeus has mastered controlled thunder gliding. Instead of waiting for stray storms, he focuses moisture over Mount Ida, ionizes it with concentrated will, and rides the resulting updraft across the ridge, landing beside Metis with a precision that startles even her. The goddess marks the exercise as the final technical requirement for a field commander who must soon traverse Greek skies under enemy observation. Episode 11 closes a few days later at the cave entrance. Nike unfurls a simple linen banner, a white lightning bolt over a dark sky dome, while Kratos and Bia drill footholds strikes on a wooden Titan effigy. Styx's children finalize an oath scroll to be signed by any future recruits. Metis hands Zeus a sealed goatskin bota containing a viscous emetic brew and states the operational window. Cronus will host a 10-year jubilee feast in 3 divine months. Service staff turnover will be high. A disguised cupbearer can gain access. Zeus tests the bota's weight, nods once, and orders travel preparations. The camera, literal or figurative, pans from the hidden cave toward Mount Othrys, still quiet under Titan rule. Cronus swallowed the future to escape a prophecy. In the next episode, the future walks into his banquet hall.